Good morning, Justin. As far as I am aware, you've been fasting for almost 4 days now, without any food, only drinking water. How do you feel your body at the moment?
At the moment, I feel amazing. I feel like maybe I did when I was 12, 13. There's certain reasons why I'm doing this. I'm not overweight, and I feel incredible. I feel my body, there's no tension. I feel so stable. My mind feels so clear. I feel like I can think of ideas, be active. I don't feel hungry.
Wow, we are in India at the moment. The smell of curry almost in every corner of the street. Do you find it's difficult to walk away from those delicacies?
Well, where we are, we're near the Ganges River, and it's a very religious place in Rishikesh. And eggs, meat, and alcohol are banned. I think a kilometre from there to the river for religious reasons. And the alcohol is my vice, definitely. But for the past 18 months, meat and eggs have been my staple diet, my go-to things, and I've really felt a benefit from them. So the diet here is very, very heavy on carbs. Yes, the curry is really nice, and I love it. Potato curry and sort of these different things. However, it goes along with a big bowl of rice and bread, and then snacks are some sort of fried carbohydrate with a lot of sugar, So because of that and because of where I am, that's why I took the opportunity to start the fast 4 days ago, because I could see I was falling into the trap. I'd started to drink cans of Coke. I hadn't had Coke for 2 years maybe. So I was really, I could see it was becoming the norm, the high carbohydrate diet. And like I say, the reason for me doing this is I picked up a small injury on my knee maybe 2 years ago running, and it's never been right. Also, I've got a little bit of inflammation in my elbow. So I've just turned 50, and I think media, you get the impression that it's all downhill from 50. So I'm the sort of person who wants to find out for myself. I've read so much about fasting, watched all these videos, but how do you know what's truth and what's not until you do it yourself?
That's amazing. Is this the first time you're fasting? You've been fasted a few times in the past.
Yeah, I have, yeah. So I've done lots of 24-hour fasts, and I usually don't have breakfast and have my first meal at like maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or go to dinner. I do that regularly. And I've done up to 3 days. And when I did the 3-day, the 72-hour fast, I broke the fast because I had such a bad headache, and I broke it with a cup of coffee because I was intrigued to see why I had this headache. that was the reason I think that would have stopped me. This headache was quite severe, and I started to, somebody gave me, we do yoga here, and somebody gave me a head massage, and that helped a bit. And they've got a snooker table here, and I tried to play snooker, but at my head I couldn't concentrate. And I kept with it, and then the next morning when I woke up, the headache was a bit less. It still had a bit of a headache, but it was a bit less. And I could feel it getting a little bit less and a little bit less. I could feel myself getting calmer and calmer. So we went for a walk today, and we went to like a wellness place, and I remember reading about electrolytes, and so I asked for some electrolytes to give you a little patch to have, because that's what they say that you should have. And when I looked at the ingredients, it was salt, which was great. The next one was dextrose, which is sugar. So that's the main reason that I'm doing this, is to rid my body of sugar. So it just goes to show you really have to be aware. So what I've done now is I've got some rock salt, some fine rock salt from the store. And I dissolve it in hot and boiling water. And it's quite salty. But I can feel maybe that's what was giving me the withdrawal as well, the lack of salt in my body, because I can feel sometimes in my joints, maybe a sore back, and I think that's lack of salt. So I'm having some salt, and that seems to take away, maybe if I do feel a little bit of a headache coming on, have that, my joints feel better. But my gut, I think it's important to maybe expand on why I don't feel hungry. So I get the sense that my fat is burning. So I'm not particularly overweight, but I have got a little bit of fat on my belly, and I feel that that's what's fueling my body, is taking that fat and it's eating it. And it feels like, what I would compare it is, if you're in a hospital and you're hooked up to a drip, and I don't know if any of you experience that, but it feels great. You feel like a superhuman with this little drip. That's what I feel. I feel like you're getting what you need, the right amount of nutrients. So let's compare it to when you eat a meal. You eat a meal, then you feel sluggish. You need to have a sleep, and then your energy levels are up and down. So you need a coffee and you need sugar. But with this, it feels incredible. So I feel like I've broken the barrier of the 3 days. So
You say you're not having headache anymore.
I've got no headache, no pain, feel great, and I can see that I've got so much time on my hands. If you take all the time that you in a day, drinking coffee, putting the kettle on, going out for a meal, making a meal, sitting down, having a sandwich, a snack, going into McDonald's, you can see that these are all, they're an action, they're a distraction really, you know. So this is day 4, this is day 4 now, so who knows what's going to happen. Maybe I'll post another video and see how it goes, but I feel that a lot of people, what's stopping a lot of people doing this is this fear. The fear of starving, or you need these 3 meals a day. Breakfast, which is break your fast, break fast, you know? And it's a fear, and I don't know who put this fear into people, can see that how people can do, especially if you had excess weight, you've got that energy in your own body to burn. Fat is energy. Fat is the best energy you can get. It's so much better than sugar. And fat is in your body. So you're doing two things. You're reducing your inflammation and reducing your body weight. And the other important thing is you're resetting your palate, because our palate is all screwed up, our taste buds. Where a can of Coke now doesn't really even feel that sweet, or is it just like a normal drink? Maybe that's why now water doesn't, people don't like water, you know? So,
Are you planning to fast a bit more?
Yeah, my issue is, so I'm here for another 2 weeks, so I don't know about, I don't want to break my fast with carbs, so I've got a little bit of an issue there. I'd like to, I think meat's off the agenda, so I'd like to maybe try and hopefully get some eggs or something, but I don't see any harm in keep going if I feel good. If I stop, I think it's just because I fear, because I think I should. Maybe I'm not going to have this opportunity again to do this, so I'm excited to see the results.
Wow, I'm excited too. Look forward to talk about it next time.